It's Steven Tyler!
You suck.
Feel my Frankenstein.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another retro review for 31 horror toys in 31 days! And today we're going to rewind it all the way back to 1996 with Frankenstein from Wetworks. So this is a McFarlane Toys Ultra Action figure. This is a Series 2 of Wetworks. Now, I've already reviewed the vampire from this series. They got a vampire, they got Frankenstein, they also did a werewolf. If you've not seen the vampire, I did that for 31 horror toys in 31 days. Previously, I'll add a card to that video here. You can definitely go check it out. I like these designs because they're weird and goofy. I found this figure at my local half-price books on the south side of Indianapolis, across from the Greenwood Park Mall in Greenwood. And yeah, I saw it and I'm like, ooh, this is the second one. So now I'm going to have to find the werewolf to complete out this set. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Frankenstein in the package, and it's a pretty tall box. As you can see, it's the same kind of packaging that we got with the vampire. It says Wetworks, it's got the logo, it's an ultra action figure from McFarlane Toys. Now I paid $4.99 for this figure at Half Price Books. But it's kind of funny because there's a sticker for Closet Toys right here for $10 at a booth. So Closet Toys is a vintage toy store, or was on the south side of Indy. It's now called Drop Toy. But it's pretty much the same place. I think there's some new owners involved with it. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I really like these weird takes on the characters. They're very, very different. They're not very actiony. I don't know why they call them ultra action figures, because they're not very actiony. Of course, this thing is 20-some years old, so I guess you kind of got to go with that. But the sculpts are usually pretty good. So looking at the package, it says Frankenstein, and then there's the Closet Toys logo and the Half Price Books logo. So it definitely looks like it's worth $5. There he is in package with all these stuff. There it says Wetworks. There's really nothing on the side of the packaging. It's got battle staff with wolf skull, so that's important. Back of the package littered with other products. That's one thing I love about old 90s toys. You can see what else is available on the back of the boxes. So this series right here is Series 2 of the Ultra Action figures, all the figures that are in the wave. Then we got the Youngblood Series 1, Wetworks Series 1, and then Spawn, I don't know what series that is, Series 3 of Spawn, and then looks like Series 4 of Spawn, and then there's a little card you can cut out with a bio. So just kind of a close-up. Here are the other figures out of this wave that you can get. So that's pretty cool. And then here are all the other figures that you can collect. Oh, those are also cool. So old, so neat, so fun. Some of those I'm going to have to try to go back and find again. But yeah, definitely very cool. And then here is his little cutout card. We'll do a zoom up here. If you want to pause and read that bio, you are more than welcome to. And well, that's pretty much it for the packaging on old Frankenstein. Let's get him out of box and see what we think. So here we have Frankenstein out of the packaging, and yeah, I mean, so here we have Frankenstein out of the packaging, and I gotta say that the detail on this figure is amazing. So is the paint, but the articulation, not so great. As you can see, he comes with his bone staff here, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and take this out really quick. And yeah, that thing is awesome. Lots of detail, very cool. Lots of nice paint apps and detail. Definitely digging that piece. Now the rest of him, yeah, he's not very articulated at all. So taking a look, his head moves very little, and that's because of all the hair back here. His arms move up and down on both sides, and they have nothing at the elbow or at the wrist. He does have a shoulder, not a shoulder, but a waist swivel there, and then his legs move up and down at the hip. Now this one has the joint, but it feels like the plastic is melted together and it just does not move, which is a bit unfortunate. Taking a closer look at the figure itself, this thing is sculpted really well and painted really well. Although I don't know if I'd say it's Frankenstein more than it is like a voodoo zombie. I love all the stitching on him, the hair, he's got this nice dry brush in it. He's got these patches of open skin, you can see the muscle under there, bandages and wraps everywhere, and just the little stitching on his flesh is just all over the place. He's got kind of these dreadlock looking hair pieces. The bone staff looks really nice. He's got this kind of reddish goatee and these big red bushy eyebrows. I mean, this guy is really, really well done. But is it Frankenstein? Well, maybe in an alternate reality. Looking at the midsection of the figure, again, lots of great detail. All the bandages, the stitches, the open wounds where you can see his muscles. The bone staff, it's got wraps and leather on it, looking nice. He's got this stitched up loincloth that he wears, it drapes down, that's got like fur and the leather in it, so it's a patchwork as well, which is really cool. It also has a lot of really nice dry brushing and black wash going on. They did an amazing job with the look of this thing. The bone staff looks nice and dirty and old and worn. I mean, I wish that we got this kind of paint and detail treatment on action figures today. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, again, the wrap on his feet here, very nice. Looks like it's just dirty and dank. All the detailed texture on there, the leather wrap on the bone, his loincloth kind of coming down to the front there. Everything just looks really, really nice. We even see some of that stitching on the bottom of his leg there, looking very, very cool. I would love to see them have done a mummy, looking at these wraps and bandages. I think that would have been very, very nice. But yeah, I mean, it's a good figure. For comparison, here we have Frankenstein with Negan, and as you can see, he's in a 6-inch scale, which is nice, but when I think about Frankenstein, I think he should be a little bit bigger. So I think he should be about at least a head and shoulder taller than a 6-inch scale figure. So is the Wetworks Frankenstein something that you want in your horror collection? Well, if you collect all the old McFarlane toy figures from the 90s, this is something you're going to like. If you like all kinds of variations or alternate versions of Frankenstein, this is something you're probably going to like. I will say that it will look good in a horror collection, but most people are not going to recognize it as Frankenstein. But that was kind of the point to the revamp, redesigns of those characters for those comics. It was something different, and it's very 90s in its look. Like I said before, it looks more like a voodoo zombie than it does Frankenstein, and that's perfectly fine. You could get this for like $5 all day long, and it will look cool on a horror shelf. So there he is, Frankenstein, for 31 horror toys in 31 days!
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.